Imagine this. You are staring at your bank account, wondering where all your money went again. You thought you were careful. You avoided buying anything too crazy. And yet, somehow, your paycheck feels like it's been swallowed whole by some invisible monster. What if I told you that the problem might not be your income, but the way your spending is organized? Today, we are breaking down personal budget categories step by step so you can finally take control of your money. And I am going to reveal a surprisingly simple trick that many people miss when setting up their budget, one that could save you hundreds every single month without cutting out all the fun in your life. Stay with me, because you will want to try it tonight. Number 1. Why budget categories matter more than you think. Think of your money like a bucket of water. If it has leaks, you cannot just pour in more water and expect it to stay full. Budget categories are like patches on those leaks. They tell you where every drop is going. Without categories, your spending is one big mystery. You might feel like you are managing it okay, but in reality, it is like driving in the dark without headlights. For example, if you just track spending as one lump sum, you will never know if the real problem is eating out, buying clothes, or paying too much for subscriptions you do not use. Research from the National Endowment for Financial Education shows that people who break their budget into categories are significantly more likely to meet their savings goals compared to those who do not. Number 2. Start with the big 3 essentials. Every budget starts with the 3 essentials: housing, food, and transportation. These are your non-negotiables. Housing includes rent or mortgage, utilities, and insurance. For most people, housing should ideally be no more than 30% of your income. But if you are in a high-cost city, this might be tough. In that case, you will need to adjust the other categories to make it work. Food covers groceries and dining out. And yes, dining out is part of food, but tracking them separately is smart because you might be overspending in one and not realize it. Transportation includes car payments, fuel, insurance, public transit, and even bike maintenance if you cycle. Here's a quick example. Let's say you earn $3,000 a month. If housing is $900, food is $400, and transportation is $300, you have spent $1,600 already. The rest can be divided into other categories. Number 3. Do not forget the fixed but non-monthly costs. A lot of beginners miss this, and it can wreck your budget. These are costs you do not pay every month, but still come around like clockwork. Think car registration, annual insurance premiums, holiday gifts, or even your Amazon Prime membership. If you do not plan for them, they show up like surprise guests demanding cash. The trick: divide these costs into a monthly amount. For example, if your annual car insurance is $600, set aside $50 a month. By the time the bill comes, the money is waiting for you. Number 4. Separate your wants from your needs. This is where most people overspend without realizing it. Needs are essential for survival and basic living, like rent, groceries, and medical care. Wants are things that make life more enjoyable, like Netflix, eating out, or buying the latest phone. An easy test: if you can live without it for a month without hurting your health or safety, it is probably a want. Here's a quick example. Groceries. Need: buying sushi 3 times a week. Want: the key is not to cut wants completely. That makes budgeting feel like punishment. Instead, give them their own category and set a limit you can enjoy without guilt. Number 5. Build a savings first category. If you wait until the end of the month to save, you will likely save nothing. That is why smart budgeters pay themselves first. Decide how much you want to save each month and treat it like a bill you must pay. For beginners, even starting with 5% of your income can build momentum. For example, on a $3,000 monthly income, that's $150 straight into savings. If you get a raise, increase your savings amount before increasing your spending. That way, you will grow your savings without feeling a pinch. Number 6. Add a debt repayment category. If you have credit card balances, personal loans, or student loans, you need a clear plan to pay them down. Make debt repayment its own category. Do not just pay the minimum. That's how interest eats your money alive. For example, if you owe $2,000 on a credit card with a 20% interest rate, paying only the minimum could take years and cost you thousands extra. By adding even an extra $50 a month to your payments, you can cut that time drastically. Number 7. Include fun money. Yes, seriously, a budget without fun is like a diet without dessert. You will give up eventually. Fun money is guilt-free. Spending for hobbies, entertainment, or little treats. Even if it is just $20 a month, it keeps you from feeling deprived. For example, one person I coached loved buying books. We set aside $15 a month for it. That small allowance kept her happy and stopped her from impulse buying $80 worth of books at once. Number 8. Plan for emergencies before they happen. Emergency expenses are the ultimate budget busters. A car repair, medical bill, or sudden job loss. You need an emergency fund category. Start small if you have to. Even $25 a month matters. Over time, aim for 3 to 6 months of essential expenses saved up. Think of it as buying peace of mind. When your water heater breaks, you will not need to panic or take on debt. Number 9. The sinking fund strategy. This is a secret tool that can completely change the way you handle irregular expenses. A sinking fund is a savings account for a specific future purchase. For example, if you know you want to take a $1,200 vacation next year, you save $100 a month toward it. This way, when the time comes, you pay in cash instead of putting it on a credit card. It keeps big purchases from wrecking your regular budget. Number 10. Health and self-care belong in your budget. Beginners often skip this, thinking it is optional. But ignoring your health can cost you far more in the long run. Include a category for doctor visits, prescriptions, gym memberships, or wellness activities like yoga. Even simple things like buying fresh produce or better shoes for walking count as self-care. For example, one man I worked with started setting aside $30 a month for preventative checkups. That small investment caught a health issue early, saving him thousands in future bills. Number 11. Tracking and adjusting is non-negotiable. A budget is not something you set once and forget. Your life changes, prices go up, new needs appear. Set a date each month to review your spending in every category. Look for overspending patterns. Maybe your grocery costs are climbing. Maybe your subscriptions are quietly multiplying. Adjust as needed. There is no such thing as a perfect budget from day one. Number 12. The 50-30-20 rule. With a twist, many experts suggest the 50-30-20 rule. 50% of income for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings and debt repayment. But here's the twist. Those percentages are just a starting point. If your rent eats up 40% of your income, you might need to cut wants to 20% and savings to 10% for now. The point is to find a balance that fits your life while still moving toward your financial goals. Number 13. Automate to make it effortless. The less you rely on willpower, the better your budget will work. Set up automatic transfers for savings, debt payments, and bills. For example, if your paycheck hits on the 1st, schedule your savings transfer for the 2nd. That way, you never forget to save, and you are less tempted to spend it. Number 14. Why one category can unlock big savings. Here's the trick I promised at the start. Add a leak finder category. Each month, give yourself $20 to spend on anything you did not plan for, but track what it is. Over time, you will notice patterns. Maybe you keep buying snacks at the gas station. Maybe you keep replacing phone chargers. When you spot the repeat offenders, you can either budget for them or find ways to eliminate them. This tiny category can reveal where your money really leaks away and help you plug it for good. Number 15. Give every dollar a job. This idea comes from zero-based budgeting, where your income minus your expenses equals zero. It means you decide in advance where every single dollar will go, whether it is spending, saving, or investing. For example, if you earn $3,200 a month, you assign all of it to categories so no money is floating without a purpose. This prevents waste because there is no such thing as extra money sitting around tempting you. Number 16. Separate day-to-day money from long-term money. Mixing all your funds in one account makes it easy to spend what you intended to save. A simple fix is to keep checking for daily spending and a separate savings account for future goals. For example, if you want to save $1,000 for a new laptop, transfer that amount each month into a separate account so it is out of sight and out of mind. This small separation creates a mental barrier that protects your savings. Number 17. Include a learning and growth category. Investing in yourself should be part of your budget. This category can cover online courses, books, workshops, or even tools that help you improve your skills. For example, if you spend $15 a month on a course that helps you earn an extra $200 later, that's a huge return on investment. Treat self-improvement as essential, not optional. Number 18. Have a household category for shared costs. If you live with a partner, family, or roommates, a household category keeps things fair and transparent. This covers items like cleaning supplies, shared groceries, or streaming services you all use. For example, if your household Netflix plan costs $15 and you split it evenly, budget your portion so it does not surprise you. It also helps avoid awkward money conversations later. Number 19. Add a category for random acts of kindness. Money is not just about paying bills. It can be a tool for generosity. Even $5 a month for buying a coffee for a friend or tipping a delivery driver extra can make someone's day. For example, one couple set aside $10 a month for random acts of kindness and said it made them enjoy budgeting more because it reminded them money can do good. Number 20. Review subscriptions quarterly. Subscriptions are sneaky budget drainers because they silently renew. Set a category for them and review it every 3 months. For example, if you are paying $9 for a music streaming service you barely use, canceling it puts that money back in your pocket for something more meaningful. This review habit keeps your budget lean. Number 21. Create a clothing and appearance category. Clothing expenses can be irregular and often feel urgent when you need something for a special event. By setting aside even $20 a month, you will have money ready when you need to replace shoes or buy a winter coat. For example, over a year, $20 a month becomes $240, enough to cover seasonal shopping without hitting your emergency fund. Number 22. Keep a maintenance category. Maintenance applies to both your home and your belongings. A few dollars each month for repairs or upkeep can prevent larger, more expensive problems later. For example, setting aside $15 a month for car maintenance means oil changes or tire checks will not disrupt your main budget. It is about protecting your investments. Number 23. Use seasonal categories for flexibility. Some expenses spike only during certain times of the year, like higher electricity bills in summer or holiday shopping in December. By adding seasonal categories, you can prepare without stress. For example, setting aside $25 a month for December holidays gives you $300 to spend without dipping into your savings. This approach smooths out financial spikes across the year. Now you know how to break your budget into clear, simple categories that cover every part of your life, and even save for the future without cutting all the fun. But here's the real question. Which budget category do you think would help you most if you started today?